review Life with Chessis for General Hospital, August 12th, 2025. First things first, let me know y'all thoughts on today's new episode down below. Look, now I knew that Drew was supposed to be on the phone, and he was like, what do you mean that Scout's missing? So I assumed it was going to be connected to Alexis or something like that. But the other thing is, I thought Jason's supposed to be headed over there to where Jocelyn and met, but not yet. Excuse me. But yeah, he trying to have Danny arrested. I mean, technically, you're not supposed to grab nobody's child. You definitely not supposed to do that. But we all know why he doing it. It's why he do anything to stick it to Jason, to get to the Quartermains and all this other extra stuff. Excuse me. But yeah, on today's episode, so we're gonna start with, hold on, I done lost the paper. Where is it? Let me see. I think this is the one right here. Okay, so we're gonna start with Vaughn and Josh. So they still pretending like they are a newlywed couple and stuff like that. I think that she has feelings for him. Now, I don't know if he feel the same way. I don't know yet. Y'all know I've been suspicious of him. Still waiting on them to actually show us if he's fully, into Josh or what he has going on or anything like that. But yeah, they still doing the mission. He was out there talking to Britt, trying to figure out, I think he wanted her to show him around. And she said she noticed the wedding ring, and he was talking to her about it and stuff like that. So, look like, I don't know if, was he putting lotion on her or sunscreen or something on her, or the other way around? Either way it goes, Josh ended up seeing that Britt's there. And she's supposed to be talking to Vaughn on tomorrow's episode, saying that Britt's supposed to be dead. Because, wasn't she trying to save her? Didn't she allegedly die because she was trying to save Jocelyn? Wasn't it Heather? Yeah, because of the Heather situation. Wasn't Heather, didn't she poison a hook or something like that, y'all? I don't forget. It's been a while. I definitely forgot. But yeah, that's all that happened with Vaughn and Josh. Britt, I think that man seen her put that phone with that photo of Rocco on there. She was looking at that. So I'm wondering if people are correct that, Rocco is going to actually be Britt and Dante's son. I don't know, y'all. But yeah, he was looking at her when she put it down there and stuff, so I don't know if he's going to take that. I don't know if they're going to end up targeting Rocco or what, but I feel like something's going to happen, definitely. Then she's supposed to be telling him on tomorrow's episode that, he's not the one that's in charge. Y'all know anytime they say something like that, they got to sit up here and prove themselves. So we'll see. But yeah, what else? Let me see. Rocco, Gio, Lizo, Lulu. What was Rocco and Gio talking about? Hold on, let me flip to my notes, y'all. I already said Vaughn and Josh pretending to be a married couple still. Looking at Rocco photo. I said Lisa already in Rocco face. I said she's so hard headed. At first, what I thought was gonna happen? When they said that no pets are allowed in the room, I thought she was gonna actually take Outback or whatever, and that's what was gonna lead her to get kicked out. But no, Carly said something about it was mold in the room, and I was like, she gonna put 2 and 2 together, and she definitely did. She knows that Lulu put her up to it, and she was saying how she wonders how Rocco's going to feel. And I said, yeah, she gonna use that to her advantage, because she already know Rocco feels some type of way about her, or at least he's curious about her. I say that. What else? Let me see. Anna and Emma. Emma knows that Anna the one that had Dalton lecture counsel, and she admitted to it, and she was like, she know that she trying to prove that, he's testing animals and stuff like that. Now, Emma told Gio that she gonna stop right now. She said she about to stop or whatever because that all eyes on her, she's being watched, Anna looking at her and stuff like that. Do y'all think she gonna actually stop? I think she just trying to make sure that, what's his name, Gio don't go do it, and she gonna sneak and do it herself. Especially with Britt and them getting closer and closer. I don't know, y'all. But she said something about she gonna wait a few weeks. I said, the way you been desperate, I highly doubt that you actually stop. Hold on. What else? Let me see. I already said Emma knows that Anna had Dalton lecture counsel. Willow tells Drew it's not the time or the place. Because he came up trying to talk to her and stuff. She messed up when she heard about Scout. I said, she finna fall for it. I said, now, if you worried about your child, you need to get on up out of here. I said, your child, they just told you your child was missing. Your first instinct is to run out of there. You ain't got to update nobody or nothing. He over here want to tell her, look, she ready to run off with him then. I said, Willow, hey, you learned nothing, girl. Lucas was right. Lucas was partially right. I say he was partially right or whatever. Let me see. What... He came up, that's when she was telling him it's not the time or place. Lucas ends up suggesting that Drew leave, but she told Lucas that basically she got it. So she was telling him she done, she see who he is, and he over here trying to act like a hero and all this other stuff. He ends up getting a phone call saying that Scout was missing from camp or whatever. And she was like, what's going on? And all that. So he told her. So she was like, just keep me updated. Let me know what happened. I said, you fool. I said, you don't fell for it. You don't gave him an opening. You don't gave him a freaking opening. And also, they say a spoiler says that Drew's supposed to manipulate Michael. So I'm wondering how he gonna do that. But yeah, they say he's supposed to manipulate Michael, so we'll see. And I said another thing. Why is he still getting away with stuff? Ain't it about time for him to get caught slipping? Or somebody to take him down? I don't know, y'all. But yeah, let me see. I skipped the part where I was saying that Lulu ends up seeing Liesl in Rocco's face. She ran to tell Carla that she agreed to help if, something went down or whatever. So she told her what was going on, that Rocco talking to Liesl or Liesl talking to Rocco. So she wants her to evict her. She was like, I can't just do that and stuff like that. She was like, you creative, you could come up with an idea. So she did. She came up with that, it was mold in the room, so she has to leave. And Liesl already know what it was. She already know that Lulu put her up to it and everything. Let me see. Alexis ends up meeting up with Marco because she wanted to talk about the same thing, getting custody of Scout because of Drew and his choices. He basically said the same thing, that Drew would win. Drew would more than likely win or whatever. And Jason ends up calling her to let her know that she need to get over there to the Quartermain. So she do, and that's when they, Danny don't sit up here and grab Scout. He said he invited her over, then he said he took her. He said he took her. She really wanted to come. She was saying she ran to Jason and hugged him and everything. And Drew don't care nothing about none of that. He don't care nothing about none of that. Over here to my son, yeah, we'll find the time. Now, if you right there and she upstairs, why she can't just run up there to see her? Come on now. But yeah, Scout ran to Jason, hugged them, said Uncle Jason and all this other stuff. Jason wanted to immediately call Drew, but Scout was like, no. She was like, she hadn't seen anybody. She missed everybody and stuff like that. So that's when he called Alexis. But yeah, Danny was like, she kept saying that she missed everybody and he had seen her and he know that Sam would want them to be together or whatever. But Drew don't care about none of that. He definitely don't. What else? Let me see. Excuse me. Oh, I forgot to say the part about Willow telling Drew something about people already talking about her and watching her and stuff like that, so she don't want them to say anything else. Meanwhile, Lucas over there staring them down. Lucas over there watching them. I said, Lucas, you need to focus on what you got going on with Marco over here. You think he's so innocent. But he plotting just like Sonny now plotting. Well, yeah, let me see what else. Carly agreed to help Lulu. We already talked about that. Drew tells Willow that he can help her. He has resources. She was like, she don't care. She has no interest in, him playing superhero. Not superhero, but hero. Either way it go. What else? I already said Jason called Alexis. Liesl can't take... Rocco wanted her to take, what's that dog name? Outback. Wanted her to take Outback or whatever. And she was like, no, because the hotel had strict policies, no pets allowed. And that's why I thought, Carla was going to get her it. But no. But yeah, I think Lulu ended up seeing them bonding over the dog and stuff. So he asked her. He was like, can we adopt Outback or whatever? She told me, no or whatever. Once he said that he got close with Obert, she's like, yeah, I guess we can. I said, Lulu, Lulu, come on now. Then Lulu went over there trying to talk to Anna and Chase. Chase, hurry up and got up. He hurry up and got up. I said, yeah, they still into it because of the whole Brooklyn Lulu mess. But yeah, what else? Gio ends up telling Emma that it's over because, Anna watching. That's when she was saying how she's going to take a few weeks off. But I don't believe her. I think she's trying to get him to not pay attention so she could do it by herself. But I could be wrong. We'll see. Vaughn ends up talking to Brett. We talked about that. She seen the wedding ring and she was asking him about that. Willow ends up telling Lucas that she wanted to handle things on herself because he was saying how she seemed like she want to be in Drew's face to me. And I said, she did. Because she over here tell me what's going on. I mean, obviously, you'll want to know if you was connected to the child, even if he wasn't. It's a child, whatever, and the child's missing, so obviously you're going to care. But this man, they told you your daughter was missing. You supposed to be zoom. You supposed to be zooming up out of here. He over here telling her he wanted her to come so bad. He definitely wanted her to come bad. Hold on, what time it is? 2:59. Okay, what else? Let me see. Yeah, Willow said that she wanted to handle things herself, and they were just arguing back and forth. Lucas ends up saying it's pathetic that she's still willing to be seen with Drew after what he did, and she was telling him how she don't know. They going back and forth. She ends up saying, I thought you would understand because, the whole Brad situation and everything. So they was talking about that. I forgot what led her to slap Lucas. Either way it goes, she slapped him and she looked shocked. They said she's supposed to do something is coming where she's going to be shocked by her actions. I don't know what she gonna do, but that's what they say. And once again, they also said that Drew's supposed to manipulate Michael. What else? Let me see. Excuse me. Carly ends up going over there to talk to Marco. She was saying that she want to make sure, you know, before he moves on with Lucas. Hey, how you doing today? She want to make sure before he moves on with Lucas that he not trying to make him choose a side. I say, ain't no making nobody do nothing. He already done chose. I said, you ain't learned? You ain't seen it? He done chose. He chose Marco. Hence why he moved out. Hence why he went to the police and all this other stuff. But yeah, she want to make sure that Marco not making Lucas choose a side. And that's when he was saying that basically you trying to do that. And I said, well, y'all both seem right to me. I don't know. Hold on. But yeah, they was talking about that. And he was like, he not, and all this other stuff. And she was telling him how he needs to be honest and tell him everything because he's been honest. And I was like, right, he can't. He can't. But even if he do, he's so far gone. He's about as gone as Willow and Drew. I ain't gonna say that. I take that back. I don't know if he about that gone. What y'all think? I don't know. But yeah, let me see. I hope on tomorrow's episode that Chase doesn't actually arrest Danny. Drew has gone over the edge. Look, I don't know. Do you all think he gonna actually arrest him? Because Jason telling Drew, you know, next time don't try to do it through my son. But that could mean anything. It could mean that he actually had him arrested. That could be that he didn't have him arrested. I don't know. But yeah, I was like, Drew has learned nothing. I knew he was being too nice. He waited till she got out of there or whatever. And I was like, I knew he was about to do something he ain't got no business doing. But at the same time, Danny shouldn't have took her. Danny shouldn't have took her. But yeah, let me see. Let's see where we stop at. Where I stop at? Oh, Scout said she told Drew she missed everyone, but work kept getting in the way, and basically he ain't listening, paying attention to his daughter. Alexis was talking to her, and that's when she revealed it. He not paying attention. Jason tells Danny that he can't just take Scout like that. Danny ends up saying that Sam would have wanted him to get Scout and look after her. I already said Emma wants to wait a while before going after Dalton. Drew was mad. He told Scout to go get in the car. I said, he about to go off. He about to go off. Now, Chase was with him, and I was like, I don't know what he about to do, but he ends up saying he want Danny Morgan arrested. What else? Let's see. Willow thinks that Lucas should understand because of the whole Brad situation. Drew told Scout that they got stuff to do. That's why she can't go see Monica. I was like, she right upstairs. You could have easily let her go up the steps. You could have easily let her go up the steps. You're mad because they put you out or whatever. But even then, wasn't Monica still trying to have something to do with him? I don't know. At first, I was thinking that because, you know, a lot of people were saying at first that Drew wasn't Drew, that the real Drew was gone after if I'm not mistaken, they were saying after, you know, he got taken in prison or whatever, and that wasn't the actual Drew. But lately, I don't know. I really don't know where they going with this whole Drew storyline. I'm just ready for him to pay. I'm just ready for somebody to take him down. He done made so many enemies. He over here threatening Sonny, going after Jason and his son, going after Michael, his family. He done went after, what's the crazy man name? Sidwell and everything. And nobody done took him down yet. He done went after Curtis, Portia. Now he going after Stella too. But yeah, I already said Drew was having Danny arrested. He told Chase to arrest him. Willow ended up slapping Lucas. Lulu agreed to adopt. Why I keep saying it? Lulu agreed to adopt Outback because Rocco said Obert was close to doing it. Liesl knows that Lulu had Carly evict her. Josh ends up seeing Britt with Vaughn, and she's supposed to be talking to Vaughn on tomorrow's episode saying that she's supposed to be dead. But yeah, that's it. That's all. That's everything that happened. Let me know y'all thoughts down below. Stay tuned for the next review. Until next time, deuces. Have a great rest of the day and be safe.